Chapter 15. Questions and Answers. The Need to Know. 1 week later, Jamal was back at Comtech telling Barnes about a few changes he had made. "Direct deposit," he said. "I signed up for that. It starts next week, and I'm all over that online banking. Got all my stuff set up. And you know what? It saves money on account of I don't have to buy stamps and envelopes to mail checks to people. It's cool," Jamal said. "I told you so," Barnes said. "I got an ATM card, so now I can get cash, and there's no fee for that at the credit union." "Watch out for fees anywhere else, though," Barnes said. "Be careful with that." "I got checking and savings accounts, so I set up for an automatic transfer," Jamal said. "Pay yourself first. Rule number 1. Now every week it automatically transfers my savings money from checking to savings, and I can log in any time and see my balance. I like that." "Make it automatic," Barnes said. "Make it automatic," Jamal replied. "Now, that quiz," Barnes continued. "Quiz?" Jamal said, looking puzzled. "You've got a little more automating to do. The 401k information," Barnes said. "Oh," Jamal said, remembering the conversation. "It's the what is a 401k quiz?" "Let's see how much you know now," Barnes said. "Then we can fill in the blanks." Barnes handed Jamal a sheet of paper. 401k quiz. A 401k plan is a special savings program that many companies today offer. The 401k plan and similar plans like the 403b are named after sections of the U.S. tax code. These savings plans have largely replaced pensions as a way for company employees to save for retirement. Test your knowledge about these types of savings plans by answering these true-false questions. Note, the answers are in the back of this book. Number 1. In addition to saving for retirement, your 401k plan is also a good way to save for education expenses. True or false? Number 2. Employers are required to match employee contributions up to a minimum of 2%. True or false? Number 3. A 401k plan is tax advantaged. This means that you don't have to pay any taxes on contributions to your 401k plan. True or false? Number 4. If you take a job at a different company, you are required to close your current 401k plan and enroll in a new one at your new company if it offers one. True or false? Number 5. All the money you contribute to your 401k plan is guaranteed to be yours to keep. True or false? Number 6. All the money your employer contributes to your 401k plan is guaranteed to be yours to keep. True or false? Number 7. If you have a particular stock you want to buy, you can specify that in your 401k plan investments. True or false? Number 8. If your employer's stock is included in your 401k options, you are required to allot 20% of your fund to it. True or false? Number 9. One good thing about a 401k plan is that there are no investment fees or additional costs. True or false? Number 10. It is sound financial advice, a good idea, to enroll in a 401k plan if your employer offers one with a matching contribution and contribute as much as the employer is willing to match. True or false? 1 week later, Jamal stopped in to see Barnes again. He was thinking about buying an inexpensive computer, so that was a good reason to talk to an expert, he thought. Barnes was in the shop, and he reminded Jamal about their conversation about 401k plans. "The packing company offers a 401k with a 2% match," Jamal said. "I'm signed up for it, but only for the 2% now. I got a lot of other payments in my regular savings, pay yourself first, so I'm doing that. I'll look at increasing the 401k contribution when I'm out from under all this debt I still have." "That sounds quite practical," Barnes said. "Make it automatic," Jamal said. Barnes laughed. "Make it automatic." "I am thinking about making a little investment in technology," Jamal said. "I'm looking for a computer. Nothing fancy, just something I can use for web browsing and online banking." "You may be in luck," Barnes said. "I do have this little desktop computer, about 5 years old. Obsolete for my purposes, but it is still reasonably functional. Interested?" "How much?" Jamal asked. "No charge," Barnes said, "but you will need a monitor. I have a pre-owned 17-inch LCD unit you can purchase for $25. Jamal smiled. Cheapskate like me? You think I'm gonna pay $25 for some old piece of junk used monitor? Maybe I can give you 10 for it. 15, Barnes said. 15, huh? And you're including the mouse and keyboard and all the cables and stuff I need? All included, Barnes said. You got a deal, Jamal said. Another day in court. And you made every effort to communicate with Mr. Thomas concerning the location of his vehicle and its disposition? Judge Herbert Rosen, known to people who frequented the small claims court as Hard-Ass Herb, stared down at Louis Magliosi. Well, of course, Your Honor, Magliosi said. Every effort. Can you show me the documentation? Judge Rosen said. The record of your communication with Mr. Thomas. Why, yes, sir, Magliosi said. He opened a file folder and gave the judge a copy of the legal documents that Jamal had received. Your notification of the charges, and I see a certified mail receipt 1 month ago, this year, the judge said. And the additional communication, your earlier efforts to contact him? Well, that was done primarily by telephone, Magliosi said. We made dozens of calls, left messages. Great. Can you show me phone records, call logs, dates and times? Magliosi was sweating and the courtroom wasn't very warm. No, Your Honor, he said. We were just pursuing our normal business practices. I mean, most of the time when someone has a vehicle impounded, they get in touch with us. And Mr. Thomas didn't do that? The judge said. No. Because he was incarcerated, the judge said. Well, we didn't know that, Magliosi said. All the calls you made to try to reach him and nobody told you that he was incarcerated? No. All the calls you made and nobody mentioned that he was having these legal difficulties? We tried. Oh, I'm sure you tried, the judge said. But here's the curious thing. Going back more than a year, you had no idea that this young man was incarcerated. You had no idea how to find him. You couldn't locate him to tell him what had happened to his vehicle. And yet a month ago, you suddenly were able to locate him. You had his address, knew exactly where he was living. Now, how did that happen? Well, we did more follow-up. Can you show me records of your follow-up? The judge said. Not really. You have no records because you didn't really do any follow-up, the judge said. No, you have someone in the judicial system, someone who was working with you in your little scam, who is tipping you off. Someone who told you that one of your victims had been released and told you exactly where to find him. Your Honor, the judge cut him off. I'm referring all the facts in this matter to the office of the district attorney, Judge Rosen said. In the meantime, if I hear about any other cases where you are attempting to run this scam on people who have been incarcerated, you can be sure I will weigh in with all the authority I have at my disposal to be sure you never do it again. Do you have a city towing contract? The judge asked. Yes, sir, Magliosi said. If I hear one word about this kind of thing happening again, I will call in every political favor I have to be sure you don't have a contract. Do I make myself clear? Yes, sir, Magliosi said. Step back from the bench, the judge said. Mr. Thomas? He continued. Jamal stood up. Yes, sir, he said. Earlier, when your friends here in court spoke on behalf of your character, I was impressed. Jamal turned and looked at the people in the first row of the spectator seats, Mr. Swan, Miss Booth, and Mr. Williamson. I've known Arnie, Mr. Swan, since we were in grade school. We both had Miss Booth for math. I was not, unfortunately, nearly as good with numbers as Arnie, but she managed to drill enough into my thick skull to survive. Jamal, you got some really good people in your corner. You made some mistakes. You paid a price. That's over. What I see now is a man with a plan and a great team standing beside him. Don't let them down, son. Don't let us down. You may be seated. Jamal sat down, and the judge continued. Justice is now, and has forever been imperfect. We try to protect the public, to deter criminals who would take advantage of honest citizens, to punish people who break the law. But when someone makes a mistake and is punished, that punishment is supposed to end. Do the crime, you do the time. That's what they say. But when you finish the time, it's supposed to be over. But somehow in our criminal justice system, we've managed to find ways to make the people we punish keep on paying. That's not right. It needs to stop. Looking at the facts of this case, it disturbs me greatly that anyone would single out a young man who has done the time and target him in a scheme that smells of extortion. The court fines for the plaintiff and orders $500 in restitution for time and, well, for aggravation. The court also orders the defendant to repay the plaintiff the $200 received for his vehicle. The defendant will also pay $350 in court costs. Judge Rosen continued. He snapped his gavel down. Next case. Sunday dinner. Spring. Jamal arrived at Gunny's house early. It was one of their Sunday dinner nights. The Rev was in charge and he was bringing Chinese takeout from the Sichuan kitchen up on the avenue. Jamal stepped up on the porch and was just about to ring the bell when he saw someone's big backside facing him in the flower bed next to the porch steps. "Gunny?" Jamal said. The big man was up on his feet and shaking dirt off his pants. He still had his knee pads on, though, and he was looking pretty much like your average gardener's assistant. "Jamal," he said, "didn't hear you coming up the walk." "What's happening?" Jamal said. "Bulbs," Gunny said. "Putting in a few new ones, but mostly digging up some of the established plants, separating and replanting them. I've always been partial to perennials of all types. Flowers that you plant once and they come back year after year. Long-standing relationships. Get to know them, but they require maintenance. Can't just leave them alone. They require a certain amount of nurturing." Gunny was on the porch now, putting away his gardening tools. "So, how are you doing? Any news?" he asked. "News? Not really," Jamal said. "Except I did have a cup of coffee with Natalie. Talked about this and that and the child support. She's being really patient about that. Got myself online banking on a computer. Any minute of the day or night, I can see just how deep in the hole I am." "Coffee with Natalie," Gunny said, turning the conversation back to Jamal's really big news. "Now, how did that go?" "Like I said, she was cool. I'm doing the best I can with the child support and arrears and she's okay with it," Jamal said. "Hey, you know, something's better than nothing." "Sounds promising. Overall, how do things stand now?" Gunny asked. "Honestly, could be worse," Jamal said. "I got my part-time work at the parts store, and that's helping me knock down some bills and build up my savings. Next baby step, ain't such a baby anymore. Looking for $1,000 in savings. Talked to the personnel department at the packing plant about getting some training. Nice lady, Melinda Clark, she said there were some possibilities and also asked if I'd be interested in work with the logistics team, shipping and receiving. You know I said yes to that." Gunny sat down in the rocking chair on the porch. Jamal sat in the porch swing. "First time I totaled up my debts, it was more than $15,000, Jamal said. "Just this last week, I got it under $10,000. "Damn," Gunny said. "That's good work, son. And you got close to 1,000 in savings?" "Oh, yeah," Jamal said. "That too." "That war, that battle you're fighting," Gunny said. "If I'm not mistaken, I believe you have established a pretty strong position and you are taking the initiative. You ain't just hunkering down taking enemy fire. You are on the offensive." "Well, yeah, maybe," Jamal said. "But I'll tell you right now, I am tired and hungry. Where is that old man with our dinner?" "Zeke," Gunny said. "He'll be right along. Probably stopped off at the bakery for some serious dessert. He may run a little late once in a while, but that's one man you can always count on, Jamal. You go into a battle with him, he won't ever let you down."